Hey, good morning, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. We are slow today. I'm just looking up. I guess I could have looked it up on my phone. I didn't really need to do that, did I? No. Anyway, hey, good morning. It's the day before Thanksgiving holiday here in the States, and I'm looking something up on my phone. I know it's a terrible thing to do, but you know what? It is what it is. Reality. This is a live show. This ain't recorded. It's recorded maybe when you see it because I do store it on YouTube and it's in Facebook and LinkedIn. And I try to share it as much as possible on as many platforms as possible because you know what? If you put everything in one, all your eggs in one basket and you lose the basket, then all your eggs are gone, right? So today on the 5 a.m. Extra Scrum Show, I want to talk about those giant backlogs being a mental burden. I was listening to the Scrum Master Toolbox and Vasco they were talking about backlogs and getting all bigger. And he talked about them being a mental burden. And the funny thing is, as he was interviewing this one person about agile and thought process, and they talked about the backlog and I was thinking the exact same words. And I love the way he used it, talked about it being a mental burden on a team. And now with the holidays here, now is the perfect time. And I try to make this stuff timely to go through your backlogs and clean them up and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But I also want to mention that today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be hosting a interactive web. They call it a Zipinar, so it's kind of zippy. Today, be part of a two-topic thing, and I will post it, and it's pretty good. It's called a Zipinar. Um, it'll be fun. And it's part of talkit.com. It's a Zipinar. I'll post a little thing up there and LinkedIn in a short bit. But if you have time at lunch and it's quiet in the office and you want to watch, I'm going to talk about building that $1 million team. So I'm going to go over that today, and it'll be around lunchtime because there ain't nobody there. So they're all home or quiet in the office, and you can listen to it. So be doing that today. And with that, let's get into the topic. This is the 5 a.m. Master Scrum Show. We're already in 2 minutes into the show. I'm cutting myself short on here. I'm going to put some banners from last night's episode. This is from Tuesday night. This is the Agile Jobs number for the U.S. I shared that today. Scrolling across the screen and what we're doing. And it looks like LinkedIn is trying to fix their problem with the postings for job postings. It went down a lot. It kind of corrected, self-correcting. I did update. They did create a ticket for me. I did post that. Anyway, we're off topic. It's about the giant backlogs. All right. Why do we want to talk about that? Because our goal is to bring value to the customer without working hard. Well, not working crazy hours to do that. I'm not saying not work hard, not work those crazy hours, and to have a little fun, work with your family, go home to your family and friends for the holidays. Enjoy. There's nothing worse than doing a tech drop on a Thanksgiving weekend because no one's there and for not to work. So not good. Anyway, so what's up with these big, giant, massive backlogs that are out there? This is the perfect time with the holidays. There's not as many people in the office. It's quiet. Now's the time. If I was a product owner, and I have been a product owner, and I've done this before, now's the time. And even as a developer, go through your backlog and look at stuff that really doesn't apply anymore, and start weeding it out. Those giant backlogs. People think, oh, it's no big deal. But when they see, and that was a great description, people on this one person's team, in the mind, they're thinking they had these technical debt items they had to fix. But in reality, they've gone so far in the technology that the technical debt was no longer relevant anymore. But they still had it on their backlog. And in their mind, they have to go fix that. And in reality, they don't. And by going through the backlog and get rid of some of those technical debt items that don't apply anymore because you transform so far, it leaves that burden on someone's back. It's like having those list of things to do that at some point doesn't matter anymore. Like, hey, I was going to wash the sidewalk, but it rained, right? You don't need to wash the sidewalk anymore because it just rained and it washed it all the way. So you don't need to do it. So it's the same idea with that tech, that now is the time for product owners, technical people to go look in their backlogs, find those old things that are listed somewhere and just say, not applied, not applicable, you know, not needed, whatever you got to put to get them things out of that big giant backlog. So if you vision a uh, Jira or Azure or Rally or whatever, you have these sprints and has stories in it. Hopefully, you got a couple sprints with stories in it. Then you have this giant backlog in it, just stuff. And a lot of that stuff probably doesn't need to be done. Maybe you can group it into, I think we did a show about building a backlog called trash, like a sprint, a little mini sprint in the end that you can trash out. So maybe while everyone's out, you go in there and take all those old things in that giant backlog, put it in the trash sprint. So when everybody comes back, say, hey, these are all the things I'm thinking I want to delete out of the sprint. Any objections? And there's no objections, delete it, right? And go through the age and how old they are. Are they a year old or older when they've been built? If you haven't worked it in a year, you're not going to work it in the next year. I'm just saying. I always find it amazing how something was a bug at one point, and it's in the backlog, but no one's asked about the bug in the past year. So did the bug fix itself? Maybe. Maybe that part of technical debt doesn't need to be fixed anymore because no one's asked about it anymore. And if they do, then it becomes another one on the top of the list and you can go fix it. But it's so old and no one's seen it, don't keep it. So now is the perfect time to go through those old giant backlogs, clean them out. Here, I gave you that one, create a little trash sprint, in your system. It's not going to hurt anything. Call it trash. Take things, throw it in there that you want to get rid of. Clean up your backlog, group some stuff. Um, get rid of all that test stuff that was in there because I do a lot of tests. I got a lot of tests, and a lot of my stories say Greg's fault. Greg did this, and that's what I call my stories because when I'm trying to get systems to work the way I want it, I put that in purposely so people will know what is this. Oh, I mean, you can't. It's obvious enough. I'm trying to be as cynical and funny as possible. So when they see the backlog, oh, that's Greg experimenting with Jira today or something, or how to do something for one of my teams that were asking me, how do I do this, Greg? I'm like, I don't know. Let me go find out. And I go experiment. So today being the day before Thanksgiving, it's going to be a quiet day in the office. One, you can go watch me on our show that we're going to do at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, I'll post it in LinkedIn so you can get it. Um, I got a nice little picture. I guess I can put a picture. There I am. That's what we're going to do today. Talkit.com. It's going to be a zip and R. It's a 1 hour thing. I'm the second speaker. So it'll be fun. I'll be talking about that $1 million team. So at lunchtime, when it's quiet in the office and you're just sitting there enjoying your lunch and it's quiet, you feel free to listen to the webinar about building those $1 million agile teams and clean up your backlog. It's great timing. Again, I'll do some more of this stuff as we go. Thanksgiving and Friday. So I'll talk more about cleaning those backlogs, the holidays, because now you got December and people travel and it's quiet. So definitely recommend doing that. And I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Um, I did post up our jobs report last night, so that's up there. I'll be posting up some images as we go through the week. And I want to wish you all the best and happy scrumming. Stay healthy and walk around the room a little bit after eating all that turkey or that Thanksgiving meal or those pies. I picked up a million pies yesterday. So take care. See you later and see you tomorrow.